new to the channel or you don't really know my story, I was someone who was deeply depressed, unhealthy, got divorced, have a young child, a daughter, had to rebuild my life. And I did that by moving to a tiny home community. I lived in a 400 square foot tiny home, and I converted the back patio into my my gym, just trying to get my health on track and take care of myself for the first time. That I had gone so long, and I felt like I was in such a dark place that I needed to make a change. And it was either I was going to let the divorce and my life falling apart around me define me and bring me down and be stuck in this depression, or I was going to transform my life and change myself for the better. And I'm happy to say that I've accomplished that. I met my wife at my old home. She was my next door neighbor. We got married. She moved in, and we started to build our life up until this point. We moved out. Luckily, it was tight. It was a tight space. We just moved to a much bigger space. I joined a gym for the first time in my life, and I've just been getting back on track. And that's what today's video is all about. It's about how do you change yourself? How do you change yourself for the better? What's the secret? What's the recipe? And all it is it's consistency. It's continuing to show up day after day and pushing yourself. That's all it is. There really is no secret. There is no, there's nothing else I know other than just continuing to show up, put in the hard, honest work, and look in the mirror and say, was that really your best every day? And trying to do better the next day. few years of doing this is that you've got to endure the entire process. Even when you don't want to work out and you go and you do it and you're not happy with that effort. Like even this morning, I woke up early, I filmed this video, didn't get the best sleep last night, my shoulder hurts, got all these other little stressors in my life that I feel like a lot of people, it would hold them back, it would prevent them from actually doing the thing that they know that they've got to do if they really want to make that change in themselves. I'm someone who, regardless of all that, regardless of all those other things that are stressing me or worrying me, I still show up, I still put forth my best effort regardless of all that. And you know what? It's not always perfect. And that's okay, because I know from experience that you have to build. You've got to build on these things. You've got to build on these times where you're struggling. You're struggling with your tiredness, or your nutrition's not on point, and you just feel like you just want to have that rest. But I know that these times, when you endure these times like this, these tough times, it's going to help you in the future for when things actually get tough, when you've got to dig deep and you're in that marathon and you're at, like I was on mile 17 and my Achilles was to the point where it was going to rupture. I'll have to tell that story sometime. I pushed through those last 9 miles, because I was mentally prepared, physically prepared for those sort of times where like it was gonna get tough and I have to dig deep, and all I'm trying to say is that you've got to endure, you've got to keep pushing forward regardless of how you're feeling, not use excuses, and get out there and keep doing your best day after day and build on it. Just stack them up. Good things will happen.